Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I'm honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So, attendees, I know you might be wondering the reason of gathering virtually. So, let me reveal the reason to you and tell something about today's webinar. We are going to have an incredible session with the expert today, as he is going to tell us all about dream placements at LPU. So, allow me to introduce the expert of the day. Dr. Harpal Theti, Professor and Senior Director, Division of Career Services, Lovely Professional University. An intellectual personality with an experience of more than 2 decades as an academician. He has been instrumental in elevating the visibility of brand LPU amongst the corporate world, testimony of the same in an overall 10x time increase in number of corporates hiring future leaders from LPU, exponential rise in addition of pedigree and market brands, elevation of average mean median and highest packages offered to students across 30 plus schools and 200 plus courses. Sharp rise in inking of niche corporates, MOUs, and industry backed courses, formulation of COEs, and course integration and curriculum updation. To his credit, he has been recognized as a senior IEEE member, recipient of 101 Most Fabulous Training and Development Leaders in India. Moreover, he was an integral part of the team instrumental in developing the Unified Technology Learning Platform under the mission 10x program at Wipro Technology. So, sir, it's an honor and privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You have done such wonderful introduction. I'll have to leave it. So I think we have very few attendees, but then as a rigor, let me run down the entire deck for you. So this is the deck for me. Madam, is visible?
Not yet, sir.
Is visible now?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
And my PPT is also visible now?
Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Correct. So, Madam just talked about future leaders. So we feel that all of you are future leaders because you have taken out time to listen to us as to what we have been doing in terms of training our students, A, and placing them at marquee companies, B. This is a complete circle. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the entire circle as to what we do, how we do, what the seniors have achieved, and what can be achieved by each one of you. So the presentation deck talks about decoding the next level job. So because we feel that getting a job is not that difficult today, but then the trick lies as to how you make a great career out of it. And we've done this earlier with a lot of your seniors, and we call all our students to be as verters, simply meaning change agents. So we want all of you to be change agents because we want you to put your iota so that no world remembers you. So with this, let me start my deck. So I'm going to take about sharp 25 minutes of your time, and I'm going to talk about the impactful journey of curating careers at LPU, what we've done earlier with a lot of your seniors. I'm going to give you the glimpses of our growth partners. So all our hiring partners, we call them as growth partners. And then more critically, what is in for you, each one of you, because you're spending time to listen to us. So what's in for you? I'm going to talk about that in the third part of my presentation. So this is the logo of the university. So the logo of the university talks about the rays of education or knowledge cutting through and spreading across the entire world. That is what we have been doing as an ecosystem. And if you can see towards a backdrop, so this is basically a pic which we have taken from a wall, which is called as Wall of Fame. We are actually housed at block number 32. So if at all you decide to work along with us, you may find us at block number 32. So these are logos where the students have gone ahead and worked. You can see a lot of marquee logos. Don't worry about it if it's not visible. I'll give you a glimpse of it subsequently. So let me start with some figures. So these are some of the figures which we have done. Yeah. So we do about 2,000 plus companies in a year. Yeah, you have heard it correct. So 2,000 plus companies is what we do in a year. So if you simply divide it by 365, so it's roughly about 4.5, 5 companies every day. And if you take out the gadgeted holidays and Saturdays and Sundays. No, the sum basically comes out to be about 8 companies in a day. So 8 complete processes is what we do in a day, and this is spread across all the schools which we have in the university. The highest package last year, which was achieved, was 64 lakh rupees. Unlike any other thing, it's an Indian offer. It's not a foreign offer. It's an Indian offer, which means that it's an INR, which the student has actually got it out of the lot which I've just said, 2000 plus companies. So we call a lot of marquee companies. We call companies who find themselves in Fortune 500, Fortune 400. These are the listings of company as to what role, what packages they are going to give you, along with a lot of startups as well. So the next figure is this. We say that about 110 plus recruiters out of this lot will give you the same kind of role, same kind of packages which they offer at IITs, IIMs, and NITs elsewhere as well. I'm not talking about the newer IITs, newer AMs, and newer NITs. These are all marquee names which I'm benchmarking myself with. Yeah, so the highest stipend which the students actuated last year was about 1.6 lakhs, which is 160,000 rupees per month. So this was done by a company called as Uber. I think we all know what Uber is. And about 50% of the companies which we do will offer you dream packages. So every university or college today in India has they're talking about dream packages. So for us, what we've done is that we have benchmarked ourselves with the best of the best, and then we say that any offer which is more than about 5 lakh rupees is where we call them to be a stream offers in terms of the ROI which a student will garden. So about 50% of the companies will pay you more than 5 lakh rupees. I'll build on that story. So this is what I've just said. So 100 plus placement offers where the students have been picked up at a package of more than 20 lakh rupees, which is basically a figure where we benchmark ourselves with the marquee IITs and IIMs and all. Correct. So 460 plus placement offers where the packages were more than about 10 lakh rupees. 10,000 plus students have been placed. I mean, that's a mammoth number. And out of that, 50%, as I said, are the students who have been placed in Fortune 500 companies. I'll give you some more glimpses here. So we proudly reckon what we've done with our students. So Mohammad Yasir was a 2018 graduate from computer science, and he was picked up by a company called as Tivo. He started working at Bangalore with at the then package of about 13 point like 13.5 14 lakh rupees. But then after working for 2 maybe years there, he got a offer about 3 crores, and today he's based in Germany at a company called as Zoom, which we all use. You can see a package of 50.5 lakh rupees here. You can see a package of 50 lakh rupees for an American company which is called as Motak. This is again INR. Arjun was picked up at a package of 62.72, which is the highest package in the country for Indian students in INR. And Hare Krishna was picked up by Google at a package of about 64 lakh rupees. Similarly, some more success stories here. So you can see a lot of our students being picked up by Amazon for the SD roles. So you can see students from at the package of 46.4 lakh rupees, at the package of 40 lakh rupees. And if you can just see, these are students from ECE, CSE, Triple E, everywhere, which means that not only computer science, but the allied branch is also doing really, really good for us. This then brings me to the next figure, which is what we are doing for the current year. Now, if you can see for the current year, even amidst this turbulent market, we're able to place students of packages more than 50 lakh rupees. This is in INR. Again, I'm saying 54.75 lakh rupees have been picked up by these two students at a company called as Palo Alto Network. Similarly, you can see 3 students from electronics. And they've been picked up by the semicon company internationally, Silicon Labs, at a package of about 22 lakh rupees and 17 lakh rupees respectively. And then if you talk of companies coming and taking in numbers, so we have been working along with the Cognizants, the Capgemini, the L&T, Mindtree, Wipro, DXCs, Accentures of the world. And not only that, so they will pay you the normal packages which they pay elsewhere, and they will also pay you with packages which they call as differential packages. So these differential packages are basically offered to students who are graduating from NITs, higher rank NITs and IITs. So that is what they also do with our students. There are 2 kinds of international offers which happen in India. International offers for international students and national offers for Indian students. And that is how you can see that we have graduated from polytechnic to engineering. So all these branches do participate in international offers. And if you can see, we have slowly graduated from neighboring countries, from APAC, JPAC, going into Middle East, and then going into US and UK. So that's the interest. We want our students to work in across the geographies, across the jobs, and these are some of the companies where they actually go ahead and work with the best of the companies. I have written Yasir again because he's plays at Germany. Similarly, some more international offers I can show you here. This guy is basically from BSC Airlines, Tourism and Hospitality, and Parneet was picked up at 32 lakh rupees. Similarly, if you can see Anam, so she has been she's a B-Arc student and she has been placed at a package of about 10 lakh rupees. Similarly, you can see a Barbarito here, you can see a Masquerida here, Text Fastener, Simba, Colgate, Palmolive for international offers and all that. So that's a POC, a proof of concept that we have been working along with the international offers as well. And these are some of the glimpses of it. Now, I could have not shown you the entire 2000 companies. So what I'm doing is that you can scan this code here. That will take you to my placement page. Simply, if you don't want to do this, then you have to come down to my homepage, which is lpu.in, and click on the placement tab, and there'll be the entire story of placement in front of you, which we very carefully crafted and put that so that you can see for yourself. And if you're from any of the fraternity, what you can do is that there'll be a drop down box there, so you can put your fraternity there. Let's say that you're from BARC, you can put BARC there. We have got a story as to what we do with all students, and this is how we do it. So just take this one. Unlike any other place, no, we've got a complete finishing school in place. So this finishing schools is basically something which is over and above what we do in your classes. So this is where we have assigned worthy faculties who will work along with you right from day one. And this finishing school is called to this professional enhancement program. Then what we do is that we benchmark our students with what they're doing among their peers inside the university, what they're doing with their peers inside the state, what they're doing with their peers inside the country and nationally as well. So that's why we do a lot of third-party assessment, which means that the placement preparation will not start in third year; it will start right in the first year itself. So we do a lot of third-party practice platforms. A lot of guest lectures are curated, and I'm very proud to share that there is hardly a day in university where we do not do multiple events. So we have got a lot of verticals. I mean, a placement is one. Similarly, we have a industry interface vertical. Similarly, we have a complete student affairs vertical which talks about these interventions, and these interventions are done, curated, executed by the students themselves. So it's a great opportunity to learn from the leaders. Similarly, we do a lot of workshops. Our students have been participating in a lot of industry competitive events and have been doing great. So much so that today my Hacker Earth rank is third in the country, and it stayed slow since last couple of years now. And then subsequently, if we do all this with you, this brings us to the gala day, which is where the placement happens. So unlike any other university, I'm very proud to share that we do our internship also. I'm going to give you a glimpse of internship a little ahead in my deck, and then subsequently the placement happens. Now, as I say, for the current batch, so these are some of the figures which will leave you awestruck. So close to about 4,000 plus students have been doing internships every year. Unlike any other university, what we do, which our NEP, the National Education Policy today talks about, is doing internships. So for most of our courses, what we've done is that we have kept our final year a little light. So we'll leave you from the academic obligations, and then we'll let you work in the best of the environments, with the best of the companies, with the best of the minds in their premises. That's how your resume will be really sellable. So whenever we do internship, we see that we work with the best, and we also see that we don't give them students free of cost, which means that we ask that they should give stipends as well. So most of our internships which you see are stipend based. This can vary from maybe a summer internship to a winter internship to a short-term internship to a full-term internship, which is for 6 months, to maybe going to a one-year internship. That is what we do, and this is very unique to your university. Every student today does something or the other on live projects, and then we invite companies to give the problem snippets to our students so that they can go ahead and work along on that. A lot of our courses are backed by industry, which means that you can see a Google Informatica here, you can see a NSC here, you can see the Internet of Things being given to you by Bosch and by Intel as well. Similarly, you can see on the civil side, the core engineering side of it, you can see the L&T, and this doesn't stop here. So what we also do is that we do a lot of COEs, which are the Center of Excellences. So you can see the names of the Googles and the Microsofts and the Autodesk and the Cisco's of the world. I'll give you a self-read here. So these are all very sellable names. So what we do in these COEs is that we allow the companies to make their own curriculum, and this curriculum is then given back to you, and then we do a lot of TTT as well, which means that we do a lot of train the trainer kind of a module as well, where the corporate will teach your faculties, and then faculties in turn will teach you, so that you are more sellable, you are more up to date, and then you are able to understand the problems of today and put a resolve to the problems of today. That's the intent of putting so much of COEs here. Now, as I said, so we work along with each one of you right from the first day itself, so that we understand as to where is the gap, and if at all there is a gap, how do we bridge the gap? Which means that all students are trained in module. The training depends upon what for student, which means that it is very custom fit for the students, and that's how we do a lot of gap assessment, and then that gap with and filters in terms of giving you the traits of the knowledge, in terms of giving you live projects, in terms of helping with internships and all those kind of things. And some of these courses are credited, some of these courses are non-credited. Now, this is our finishing school concept. So what we do is that apart from the teaching fraternity, we have got good 200 faculties who will train you on the verbal ability part of it, who will talk about the analytical part of it, who will talk about the soft skills part of it. Something very unique which we have started doing since last couple of years is you to understand the foreign language, because we understand that subsequently, maybe a year or two in India, most of you will travel to countries abroad. So you need to understand what their culture is, you need to understand what their language is, you need to understand what is good, what is not good, what are the do's. So we do train you proficiently as well inside the campus. I can give you one example here. So most of our students, so we have been working along with Bosch since last couple of years now, and most of our students who have been picked by Bosch, they go to Germany in a couple of years time. So we thought, why don't we work along with Bosch as a party and Gothe as a party? Because if both of them come together, we'll be able to give the culture of Germany inside the campus itself. That is what we have been doing, and this is one of the examples. We do Mandarin, we do Korean, we do Japanese. So all these languages are basically taught to you as a part of our language team. We've got a complete lab which is dedicated to all the students, and this time shared basis. We'll give you more input to it as and when required. And I'll come to my last slide here, which is very critical for you to understand. So I said bringing a company is just 1/4 of what we do. The other 3/4 is that we prepare you. If you prepare you really well, we understand that they'll any worthy opening, no, you'll be able to catch it. So what we do with this is that we start the diagnosis test right from the first year itself. So this diagnosis test talks about the learning part of it, the speaking part of it, the writing part of it, and the reading part of it, which is basic English basically. So we do this assessment right in the first year. So for all the students whomsoever is going to take admission to us, we'll do this assessment. So that then we bucket you, because English is basically the working language. So that's how we do the diagnosis test. We also do a PAT, which stands for personality assessment test, as to how you take your decisions, as to are you inquisitive, as to are you outspoken or not. So all these kind of traits, there are 16 traits. So we make 4 clusters out of it, and then give a report to you. And then we club this report with the diagnosis test, and then we see as to what input has to be given to the students. Correct. So and then we train you on the soft skills part of it, because today whenever you go to a meeting, you are the message. correct? So if you are the message, people will watch you very carefully as to what watch you are carrying. Have you combed your hairs or not? What wardrobe you are wearing? Your shoes are what? Because no, even without speaking anything, you speak so many things. So we train you on the soft skills part of it. We talk about the verbal and the analytical part of it, because we want you to be problem statement curator, so that you're able to extract the problem and then put a result to it. That's how you make money for yourself. That's how you make a career out of a job. Correct. So I talked about third party assessment a couple of minutes back. So we work along with all third party assessment partners like an AMCAT, CoQ, Litmus, Metal Mercer for an example. Then we don't stop here. This is what happens during your first year and half of second year. Then we go ahead and do a lot of skill based inputs with you as well, because we are talking about skill as one of the very important parameter for you to get a great job. So we do a lot of these skill based courses also. Then we do a lot of student engagements. So student engagement happens to the leadership talks, to the life skills in terms of meditation, yoga, etc. And then we curate a lot of opportunities where the industry comes inside in the class. So we do a lot of industry-driven training as well. So that's how we feel that if we do all these things put together, if your dream is a subset of what we want to do with each one of you, let me put it the other way. Uh, what we want to achieve as an ecosystem becomes a subset of what your dream is in terms of getting a great career. So that's how we work along with each other students. And this has given us a lot of results. So I thought, since the numbers are really less, I will quickly wind up this. This is very critical slide. So this is a slide which I picked up from McKinsey. I hope all of you know what McKinsey is. So McKinsey is one of the best companies in terms of consulting. So it talks about the 6 mindsets for freshers like you. So we call people like you who are going to graduate from universities as freshers. So industry today is looking for problem solvers. So for that to happen, you need to be very curious as to what is happening, what are the geopolitical things happening, what is the economic condition happening, what are the macroeconomic condition, where is our country poised, which is what is that we're doing talent-wise, and tolerate the ambiguity and stay humble, because you plan for something that plan may or may not work. So you have to be prepared with a plan B, plan C as well. You should be able to 360 view of what the problems are. It's not a snippet, the components it that way to the behavior. All of us are more intelligent than any one of us, so we make you work in teams. So much so that even in the awesome same state, you'll not be from. We've got students from. Then we help your resume, because your resume is your effort, is your story, and this is an opportunity to do a lot of show and tell. So we try and work along with each officers that your story put into the curriculum, put in resume becomes very personalized resume. So rest my case here with an invite to each. That's what we do. Of you saying that I'm going to say seniors. I within times which have gone, and we're in very keen, excited, and looking forward to you to be that together we can make your dream more sellable. So with this, let me rest my case. If I can take that. Yes, ma'am. If you have any
Yes, sir.
questions,
Thank
we
you
can
so
take up
much,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for quite an impactful presentation. You have bounded us with your visionary thoughts. And attendees, I'm sure you must have upgraded your skills by the inputs and learning shared by our expert today. So yes, sir, we have few queries from the attendees, and with your permission, we'll take up those queries, sir.
Yeah, let's do that.
So there is a query from Nisha Bhisht. She wants to know that as the recession period is going on, so how much it is going to affect on campus placements?
Okay, so let me first correct. This is no recession which is happening. this is market correction which is happening right now. So market was really great since last 2 years. COVID came and we were a little worried as to what will happen during COVID times. But then COVID gave India a lot of opportunity. Now, was again in this period of time. So I feel that there will be a little bit of in packages A. Second, look at macroeconomic conditions. There is which is the next destination where these jobs will come. Obviously, me, I see the flip side of it. I see that next 6 months are going to be really exciting for the time when.
Absolutely, sir. I completely agree with you. And thank you so much, sir. We'll take up another query. Yes, sir. We'll take up another query from Meghna. She wants to know that what type of students succeed? What is the emphasis of training for placements?
I said bringing a company is 1/4 of the job. The 3/4 of the job is to train you. Not get any of the companies into the campus. Because no, I can get there is a conversion with you going ahead and cracking that. That'll not happen unless we prepare you really well. So that yes, there'll be a team which will do placement. There'll be a team which will be doing 365 days, 24/7 training only. And when I'm saying training, there are two aspects to it. We train you on the soft skills part of it, and then we train you on the trade part of it. Because no, we want all of you to be working on a T model. T model means that you keep getting new traits and keep mastering that, but at least some of the traits you should go really deep. Like example, if at all you have been following what happens in a computer science, so you have to be really good in DSA. So if you do really good in DSA and basic C, C++ and all those kind of programming, you keep adding little nuggets here and there, so that no, you'll become more sellable. So that's how my candidate input here is that school also. Now, if you look at my curriculum also, my curriculum is not age old. So the curriculum is basically very recent. So that is what we do very consciously, because we work along with the corporate to understand as to what their needs are of the present day, not of yesterday. Correct. So that's how the curriculum is really good. The teachers are really excited. My team is the most funky team in the country. Your university is the best university in the country to work along and read. So give a opportunity to yourself and to us, so that no, we can make your dream more sellable. So that's fine here.
Thank you so much, sir. So there is another query from Aniket Kumar. He wants to know that let's imagine there's a student who is noob in coding and DSA. So is there still time to start and get good placement? So what's your take on this?
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? There is people today are talking about no code, low code. So if we are talking about no code, low code, DC is one bit of it. There are multiple tools on which if you master, you can make a career. The example of a pay all you are a of yourself, I can give here. So if it a Pega certified or a network certified, look at I talked about Palo Alto. So Palo Alto. So if you are not in one of the trades, don't lose heart. We still have time and we still have opportunities.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. So we'll take up last but not the least question from Adarsh Sinha. He's saying that what is the difference between a student who got 20 lakh per annum and a student who got 50 lakh per annum?
Just being inquisitive. So if at all you are being inquisitive and be attentive as to what we want you to do. I told something that, and I rectified myself also there. I said that by now you have a dream to work in, let's say, 5 companies or 10 companies or 20 companies. Correct? If at all we can put a super saying, bring these set talking that, hey, inquisitive enough, and the university will give you ample opportunities to do that. No, because there are plethora of different bodies which work 24/7, 365. The campus doesn't sleep. I mean, any day. Correct. So there are plethora of opportunities. This gives you a freedom to write down a resume, which will be very, very swanky, which is obviously different X and maybe an X plus delta in terms of salaries.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And attendees, you have just witnessed the most energetic and dynamic personality of our university, and he has mentioned about the facilities and the top-notch mentorship which you will witness over the university. So visit our university, take the admissions as soon as possible. You can visit the university, you can visit our website, that is www.lpu.in, and there you will get all the information and the details about the programs you want to join in, and you can talk with us via WhatsApp, email, and through phone call as well. So thank you so much, sir. With this, we'll conclude our today's webinar. So that's all for today. Thank you, attendees, for sparing time and participating in the webinar. We appreciate you all for being there, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. Also, I would like to express my appreciation to sir for his valuable contributions. So I'm sure your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So thank you, sir. Until next time, I, Ruby, will finally sign off the session.
Thank you so much. God bless.